Hello everyone, welcome back to Technologies Discussion channel. For this video, I'd like to continue the discussion on decibel. This video, I will actually have two portions. The first portion, I will explain why we as engineer, we actually prefer to use decibel in our calculation. So basically this will be the first objective. Next, I'm going to have working example, working example to show it to you how can we actually convert from ratio to dB and also from ratio to dBm and also vice versa. Vice versa means that how can we actually convert from dB back to ratio again and also from dBm convert back to ratio. So basically this will be the objective of this video. Guys, if you're keen to know more about decibel, please see the playlist under the description. Over there, you will be able to find a series of discussion on decibel. This is my email. If you have any question regards on this discussion, please drop me an email. Okay? Or if not, I actually prefer you guys to ask me your question through the comment. Before I continue, I'd like to urge you guys to help me by like this video. Guys, just a few seconds, press the like button now. For those who are new to this channel, and if you want to consider to support me, please consider to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell. Once again, thank you so much for strong support. Let me firstly discuss why engineers prefer to use decibel in the calculation. For example, engineers actually work with numbers in a daily basis, and the number that we often deal with, they can be very large, or in fact, they can be another extreme. They can be very, very small. One example is the mobile network coverage. For example, this is actually the mobile radio base station. This is actually a transmitter. Let's say that the transmitter actually transmit out 80 watt of power. Okay, so basically the transmitter transmit out 80 watt of power. So in terms of power, 80 watt is quite a significant big number. On the other hand, this is actually a receiver. Okay, so when the receiver receives the signal can be so small, 0.000000002 watts. Okay, so let's not dwell so much on the number. I just want to show it to you, as I mentioned earlier on, we as an engineer, we deal with a very big number, 80 watt. On the other extreme, we deal with very small number, okay, which is this number. So therefore, most of the time, if let's say we can so-called convert them into ratio, then the number will be more manageable. So this is what I mean here. In most cases, the most important aspect is the ratio of the two quantities. When we actually deal with such large numerical range, okay, you can see that the big difference, the big gap between 80 watt and this very small number. Okay, so therefore it is always very convenient for us to use logarithm. For instance, let's say if you later on you will be able to understand how can we actually convert this 80 watt, okay, this 80 watt into dBm. Okay, so when we actually convert this 80 watt into dBm, okay, it simply means the same number, which means the transmitter actually transmit out 49 dBm. Okay, so basically you can see that I have successfully transformed the 80 watt into dBm. While the mobile phone receiver, okay, let's say this is a mobile phone receiver, it actually received the signal at minus 57 dBm. So basically, I just need to convert this very small number into dBm. And from here, you can see that I can easily see the level difference. Okay, so the level difference will be the transmit power, okay, minus away the receiver so-called signal strength. And therefore, from here, you can see that the level difference, in fact, will be 106 dB. So from here, you can see that the key advantage when we actually convert the numbers, okay, in terms of ratio to dB is because the number will be much more easier for us to manage. As you can see that we are less likely to make error, okay, because all these numbers so-called are manageable as compared to the number I mentioned earlier on. Next example, okay, so basically, if let's say we cascade two amplifier, so basically this is the two amplifier that we actually cascade together. The first amplifier will have a ratio gain of 12. The next amplifier will have a ratio of 16. So from here, we can easily compute the total gain, okay, which is 12 times 16. Okay, but typically, okay, if let's say we want to work in terms of so-called um, in terms of mental, okay, so basically this multiplication can be a big challenge. Okay, so but we can easily compute this by the calculator. Okay, so from here you can see that the total gain will be equals to 192. Okay, so basically this is why we need to convert them into logarithm form. Let's say if we are able to convert the amplifier gain, okay, from ratio to dB. Okay, so basically this is to convert 12 in terms of ratio to dB, which is equal to 10.8 dB. This is to convert the ratio from 16 to dB, which is 12 dB. So now when we actually compute the total gain, it's simply just the summation of these two numbers. So from here, we can properly do our mental calculation easily. This will be equals to 22.8 dB. So this is the reason why we want to convert from ratio to dB. Okay, so from here you can see that instead of multiply, we only deal with so-called sum, okay, or subtraction, okay, based on how all these number. But from here, you can see that the number is also much more easier to be managed. So this is the reason why we as engineer, we prefer to use decibel in our calculation. Okay, so decibel are preferred in engineering, okay, because they are easier to add and subtract rather than multiply and divide, okay, in the ratio form. This is actually why we want to convert our number into decibel for easy computation. Next, okay, although the base 10 log of the ratio of the two power value is actually a dimensionless quantity. Okay, so this is the both these SI unit are all in one. Okay, so in fact, when you actually do a ratio, this actually become so-called the dimensionless. Okay, but in order to honor the inventor, okay, which is Alexander Graham Bell. So sometimes this is also known as Bell. Okay, so basically this is one to honor the inventor. But keep this in mind, this is actually uniqueness, okay, because the what and what they actually cancel each other. Okay, so in order to maintain more manageable number, we actually use this decibel. Okay, so basically this decibel actually stands for 110, the meaning of 110 instead of the bell. Okay, so basically this portion belongs to the bell. Okay, so basically this is belongs to the decibel. Okay, so basically the key thing is why we want to multiply the bell by 10. Okay, so you just need to imagine this. Okay, so when we actually want to compute a distance, okay, we actually multiply by 1000. Okay, because we want to use the millimeter instead of meter. So this is actually the reason. Okay, so decibel are actually very easy for us to use. Okay, because we are going to obtain a very huge advantage. Okay, when we actually represent the very huge dynamic range of signal. Dynamic range means the key difference between these two numbers. Okay, in telecommunication and RF engineering. So in telecommunication, for example, we actually have this so-called reference. We actually has a very huge dynamic range. So therefore, we need to do this 10 log in order to make the number more manageable. Next, I'm going to show you to you how can we actually convert from ratio to dB and later on from dB to ratio. Let's concentrate on the ratio to dB first. This is actually the formula to convert from ratio to dB. So basically from here you can see that this is actually whatever form in dB. This is actually the ratio number of the so-called the power that you actually measure. So this is actually the formula to convert from ratio to dB. So next, I'm going to explain how can we actually convert from dB to ratio. Okay, basically the reverse function of this. Okay, so I'm going to do it slowly so that you will be able to understand. Okay, so because I don't like to remember so many formula, so I only remember this formula. Okay, so after that, I will work out how can we actually convert from dB to ratio. So this formula exactly the same is actually so-called rewrite over here. The first thing is we want to remove away this 10. how can we actually remove this 10 from the right-hand side? So basically on the left-hand side, I just need to do a divide by 10. I have successfully removed away this 10 here. Okay, so basically next, okay, so basically this term here is actually from the right-hand side. Okay, so next I'm going to remove away this log 10 base 10 over here. How can we actually remove? This is base 10, so therefore this 10, okay, is actually over here, and whatever that is on the left-hand side, they will be on top. So from here, you can see that I have also successfully removed away this log base 10 here from this equation here. So next, this is what we want. This is actually the power in terms of ratio. So basically, I need to shift the 1 on the right-hand side, multiply by 1, everything still the same. So from here, you can see that I have successfully, okay, show it to you how can we actually convert from dB to ratio from this equation here. So later on, I will have an example to show it to you how can we actually do the calculation. But for now, I have successfully shown it to you how can we actually convert from ratio to dB and also from dB to ratio. Next, okay, will be dBm. Okay, so basically, this is actually the absolute power level of a signal. Okay, so basically, this is what we know as the absolute power level of a signal. They basically reference, okay, so for this case here, if this is dBm, I'm going to reference against 1 milliwatt. Earlier on, you can see that, okay, basically the reference will be equals to 1 watt because I'm going to have just the dB. So once we have this dB, the reference will be 1 watt. As for dBm, the reference will be 1 milliwatt. Okay, so these two formulas, they are actually identical. Okay, so from here, you can see that this portion actually just want to convert the power into milliwatt, that's all. So basically, whatever the power I need to express them into milliwatt, then I can actually apply this equation. So basically, this is actually how we actually can convert from ratio to dBm. So next, okay, is quite similar to what I have done earlier on dB to ratio. So now I'm going to convert from dBm to ratio. Okay, so basically this is exact formula from here. I just copy from here. So again, I want to remove away the 10. So I divide by left-hand side by 10. So next, I want to remove away this log 10. So remember, this 10, whatever that is on top, okay, will be over here. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is, this is what I want. This is actually the power in ratio. So I move this 1 milliwatt onto the right-hand side. So this is actually the formula to convert from dBm to ratio. Okay, so before I continue on the working example, I need your help, guys. I need your help. Okay, I need you to help me to like this video so that this video can reach out to a larger audience. So guys, help me press the like button now. If you have learned something from this video, please consider to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Once again, thank you so much for strong support. Let's come to the working example. Okay, so the first example, I'm going to show it to you how can we actually convert a ratio number to dB and also from a ratio number to dBm. Okay, so let's start on the ratio to dB first. So this is the formula that I mentioned earlier on. Okay, so basically the ratio number is 1 watt. Okay, so basically I just need to replace this as 1 and I punch in my calculator. This is actually equals to 0 dB, which means that 1 watt, when we actually convert to dB, it will be 0 dB. So I have successfully convert 1 watt to dB. Next, I'm going to convert the ratio to dBm. Okay, so basically the formula is slightly different. You can see that basically I need to reference by power in terms of milliwatts here. Okay, so 1 watt, okay, how can we actually replace to milliwatt? Okay, will be equals to 1000 milliwatt. Okay, so 1000 milliwatt will be equals to 1 watt. So basically I need to sub this number. And again, I punch my calculator. You can see that I actually obtained this 30 dBm. So again, from the formula, you can see that from the same ratio number from 1 watt, when we actually convert into dB, it will be 0 dB. When we actually convert them into dBm, it will be equals to 30 dBm. Same number, okay, but the outcome is slightly different for dB and for dBm. So probably my next video, I'm going to explain the relationship between dB and dBm. but I just want to keep this video short so that you will be able to appreciate the working example to convert from ratio to dB and ratio to dBm. So this is how we actually can do the conversion. Next, on the example 2, okay, so again, I'm going to convert 15 dB to watts and also to milliwatts. And on the other side here, you can see that I'm going to convert the 15 dBm to watts and milliwatts here. So this is actually the formula, okay, because this is dB, so this is the formula to calculate. So first thing, okay, I need to remove away this 10. So I shift this 10 onto the left-hand side, okay, we simply just divide by 10. So I have successfully removed away the 10. So next, I'm going to remove away this log term, which is anti-log here. So basically, whatever that is on top, okay, basically they will be on top 10, because this is base 10, 10 over 15 divided by 10, which is 10 to the power of 1.5. So from here, I can compute that my power is actually equals to 31.6 watt here. Again, from here, I can easily convert them into milliwatt, as you can see from here. So this 31.6, if I'm going to convert to milliwatt, okay, I need to shift 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and this is actually the outcome. So basically from here, you can see that I have successfully convert the 15 watt to watt and also milliwatt. Next, okay, I'm going to convert this 15 dBm to watts and also milliwatts. Okay, so this is actually the power for dBm. Okay, so the question actually asked for 15 dBm, so I replace this portion with 15. Okay, so this formula is still the same. Okay, so first thing I want to remove away this 10. Okay, so basically on the left-hand side, I will do this divided by 10. Again, with the same anti-log manner, okay, I will be able to compute that the power in terms of milliwatt, which is equals to 31.6 milliwatt. And from here, I can also convert them into watt. Okay, so basically from here, you can see that the difference, okay, with 15 dB and 15 dBm, you can see that when I actually convert to ratio, they actually represent different number. Okay, you can see that this 15 dB, which is a larger number as compared to 15 dBm, because you can see from the ratio, the number is quite different. Like I mentioned earlier on, probably my next video, I will explain the relationship between dB and dBm. But over this example, okay, firstly, I have explained why engineers prefer to use decibel rather than ratio. Because instead of multiply and division, we only deal with addition and subtraction. So this is actually much more easier. Another advantage is we are not going to deal with very big number and very small number. Once we convert into ratio, once we convert into decibel, it will be more manageable. So on my next portion here, I actually has working example, 2 working example to show it to you how can we actually convert from ratio to dB and also ratio to dBm and vice versa, which means that the second example, I show it to you how can we actually convert from dB to ratio and also dBm to ratio. With this, I'd like to end my discussion. Please help me to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Once again, thank you so much for strong support. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye for now. Thank you so much.